Hello, everybody. It's me, Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. Since we've been discussing music, I thought I would go with the top 10 soundtracks because I'm mentally insane. So let's start off with those that I figure were the best soundtracks from games I've played throughout the last 40 years almost, starting with before there was Dark Souls or From Software, Ninja Gaiden was the challenge for all of us youngsters playing on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And I went through all three of them, but the second one really had the songs that stayed with me. Starting right out of the gate, each one of these poppin' tunes made you feel like you were in a rush to stop an invasion, but we got this. Number 9. I mentioned Super Castlevania before, but man, those songs are really fucking something. 16-bit Casio synthesizer, whatever it was that they were using, sounded a little bit more orchestral when you went through Dracula's castle this time. And you can't forget that area which gave you a remix of Vampire Hunter. The first theme from the third one. And some song about tears, bleeding, or something along those lines. Number 8. I know I keep saying that Final Fantasy is shit and Square Enix is a terrible developer, but I continually put these games in these lists. I can't help it, Final Fantasy IV is really, really hot, music-wise. Even though the story is stupid, at least the music highlights whatever it is it's trying to say. boss fight theme. Doesn't change anything. Square Enix sucks, and this game is dog shit! Music's good though. Number 7. I did mention that Mass Effect was overrated, and I have said it's one of my favorite gaming series. And the second one was really the beginning of the end of that being a wholesome, fun game to play. Or at least it made any sense in terms of storyline. I'm not blaming EA, but EA fucking blows. Nonetheless, the second one did have some of the more memorable songs in the entire trilogy. I loved the sort of cultural type in all these different species that were involved in some way or another. And lest we forget the club music from Omega. Number 6. Bethesda's been making virtually the same game since MS-DOS, and Skyrim is one of those games. Despite the fact that I feel it is grossly overrated, in fact it really is, I still can't argue that the background music is something that you can really remember. To this day, the ambiance, the background songs for just traveling through this vast landscape that seems kind of repetitive, is still being used by popular channels. And despite the subtle ebb and flow, that dragon battle music is fucking sick. Number 5. Divinity Original Sin 2 is still the best game Larian Studios ever made. Fuck you, Baldur's Gate 3! You don't have talking crabs in my beloved Sebille! Be that as it may, I do have to admit that that second game of the Original Sin's main titles really has some fun background themes. A lot of them are cultural. Some are epic. And there's one that I find to be absolutely hilarious. Number 4. The Witcher 3 is definitely one of the top RPG titles I've played in the last 20 years, with your decisions really affecting the land that Geralt of Rivia fights in. However, the songs themselves truly punctuate the idea of being in a fantasy Slavic land. Whether it's combat, or just walking around. And of course, you gotta love Silver for Monsters. Number 3. The Xenoblade Chronicles series is terribly underappreciated and terribly underrated, and all the music and all the games could probably fit a top 10 themed list. However, it's the second one that I believe has some of the better songs in all the series. They go industrial. They go chipper pop. And a lot of the combat themes, including boss fights, punctuate what you're doing. Don't forget when you're walking through the first area that you get to. Number 2. It's a shame that Bloodstained is a series that's kind of forgotten, especially since 2 of them are 8-bit duds from what I've seen. However, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night not just had Miriam and Dominique and a couple other hot pieces of ass, but they had one hell of a soundtrack. Every single song is so friggin' amazing. Number 1. Speaking of top games I've played in the last 20 years, Shin Megami Tensei 5 is one of the best games I've played, period. Everything about this title, especially through my 4th playthrough of it, is so exciting, it's so much fun, the mechanics are tremendous, and the music is both haunting and popping, rocking, and sometimes frightening. Whether you're walking through a different area, taking on just random battles. Hell, even just preparing to have a battle. And those boss themes are incredible. Especially my favorite, the one where you fight Shiva in an optional boss fight simply called Destruction. My list. What'd you think? Leave your comments and your questions below. Thank you all for watching. I have more for you soon to come, so stay tuned, take care, and have a great day.